This is your boy, Minister Moore, back again with Miracle Moment Presents. Am I really Judas? Am I really Judas Iscariot? Will the real Judas raise his hand and please stand up? And am I the man like in James that looks at his image in the mirror and then turns away and even forget what he looks like? It's like, wow, my life is real. Like, I only got one opportunity to do what God has purposed and called me to do, right? And then I look at the equation of life and I take your age and multiply by 2, right? And then I factor in hereditary genetics and genetic disorders like hypertension and high blood pressure, cancer, and all that other ugly type of stuff. And really, when I come to think about it and look at the equation of life, when I realize that time really stands still for no man, I more than likely have more years behind me than I have in front of me. God, am I really Judas? I've been to every Bible study. I've been to every prayer meeting. I've even sat in the pulpit and put on nice garments. God, I wore the finest of jewelry. I had a sensational YouTube ministry. I've laid hands, I've prophesied, I've spoken tongues. But God, will I betray you with my form of 30 pieces of silver because I'm in the business of pleasing self and men than pleasing you? God, have you fired me a long time ago or turned me over to a state of reprobate that only a mighty and righteous God like you can deliver me from? God, I don't want to go through the motions. I don't want to check the block. And I know this is a real life issue because saved or unsaved, people are thinking about what happens after death and life after death. Think about it. The Clark sisters dealt with the same thing in the 60s when they wrote a song titled, Is My Living in Vain? Is my preaching in vain? Is my teaching in vain? Is my fasting in vain? Is my praying in vain? Because the hands of time won't rewind for me. Can God really be pleased with my life? Or am I a man or woman, like 2 Timothy 3 and 5, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, and many turn away? Now that I think about turning away, God, I look up to heaven and I ask you, when is the last time that I led somebody to Christ? When is the last time that I had a conversation that was edifying, that built somebody up? Or when is the last time that I spoke drama and backbit about someone that I smiled and looked in their face and told them that I love them, but I'm really jealous and hate them on the inside? When Jesus said in Matthew 5:44 to even pray to those and pray for those that despitefully use you and hate you, it's hard to do. God, if I really live the life that's been holy and acceptable, where you will accept me into heaven like Romans 12, will I be at the Bema Seat judgment of Christ or the great white throne judgment? I don't want to be that person, God, that when you rapture up the church and rapture up your people, that you will call by name. I don't want to be the one that's stuck in the bed or stuck in the field, God. I want to come up. I don't want my wife to leave me. But God, can you really brag about me? Can God brag about you like he did to Job? Job was like, I can't even get to him. Or Satan was like, I can't even get to Job because you got a hedge of protection around him. And, he lost his family, his wife, his children, his cattle, his oxen, his house. He lost it all. But even in that, can God brag to Satan about me and say, look, Satan, you can do all that stuff from him, but you'll never take his life. Better yet, not only will you not take his life, but you won't take his worship. You won't take his praise. Have I really been checking the block this whole time? Has God fired me a long time ago and I haven't even realized it? Has he turned me over to a state of reprobate that only he can deliver me from? This is the question, am I really Judas? Have I betrayed Jesus a long time ago? Do I just know of God or do I know God? Am I in a personal relationship or am I cheating on him? Am I committing adultery with the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? What is going on? And I know, this is toiling us and can even when I sleep and close my eyes at night, Lord, I pray that my spirit man not be in toil, that I don't know where my reservation is, that I can confidently know that my reservation's in heaven, that I don't have to worry about going to hell, that you will look upon me and say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Come on into your rest. I went back a long time ago to prepare a place for you. I've given you life abundance. Am I really Judas Iscariot? God, have I really pleased you and done what you asked me to do? It's got me kind of biting my nails and has my heart palpitating a little bit. And I don't want to be a person that checks the block and goes through the motions. I don't want to be a person that God has removed from the throne long time ago. Even though I'm declared to be the priest and the bishop of my home, God, I'm a little fearful now. Have I rightfully divided the word of truth? Have I been a living and earthen vessel, the strakonouskios, God, the Greek of the earthen vessel, and what you call me to be? Is there something inside of me? Can somebody that doesn't even know you walk up to me and see the light that should be protruding and spewing out of me? Can people take up my fruit and eat it and say, this is disgusting? Or it's like, wow, this is wholesome. Can I get some more? But I tell them, don't be excited about me because it has nothing to do with me, but be excited. Why? Because it's the God that I serve and the power that He's bestowed in me. I'm thinking now, I got one chance to do this before the clock runs out. I got one chance to do it and please and be holy and be separate from the world. I can't afford to mess this thing up because my eternity rests on this decision. Am I really Judas Iscariot? I'm thinking now. Lord, pray for me, Lord. Lord, Psalm 51:10, creating me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. I know you're talking about one baptism, but there's many feelings. I'm on E, God. I'm on empty, but I want to be full of you. Are you really Judas? Think about it. It's a question that we can't afford not to have answers. Miracle Moment presents, are you really Judas? God bless you. Peace. Email us and subscribe.